Hello everyone, this is Diamond Princess back with another video. Oh my goodness, man. Just Pearly things. Everybody's talking about Just Pearly. She is the topic of discussion. And the reason why she is the reason for discussion is because of her latest video. I believe it's taken down, but when she was agreeing with a guy that is, I would say, allegedly he is racist. Allegedly. I cannot confirm because I don't know who the guy is. But so today's topic is just pretty things is the downfall of the Manosphere. And the reason why I choose this topic is because, as you guys can see, the Manosphere is falling apart right in front of our eyes. Ever since Pearly things agreed with the guy she brought on the show, and now the Manosphere is coming out, and they are separating themselves from Miss Pearly because she played them as a fool when she showed them her true colors. And now that Pearly has been exposed for who she really was, now the men want to separate from her. And here's the thing, like, yeah, dudes, because I can't help but laugh. Like, I can't feel sorry for these men because they sit around and allow a white woman to talk trash about black women, and they just co-sign with her. And going back to that video with King Richard, and when he interviewed Just Pearly Things for the first time, or had her on a couple of times, and these men have tuned into that. Have it ever occurred to them the way Pearly responds to his question when he talked about slavery, colorism, and colonization to this woman? And she just sat there and just dismissed everything that this man said. Now that Just Pearly Things showed again who she really was, now they're crying. I can't, I can't with these dudes. But yeah, the Manosphere is falling apart now that their one ally has turned against them. But still have some men in the Manosphere that are still co-signing her racism, and hey, let them have at it. If they want her to be their savior, they still want to get validation from her, that's fine with me. I do not care. But just to let y'all know, Miss Pearly Things has an intention on playing on the emotion of these weak men, because let's be honest, the men in the manosphere has low self-esteem. Their self-esteem is so low that they get validation to any one of them, or anyone that can quote unquote hold black women accountable. So now that Pearly thinks, I don't get it. Like, people should know that people should know that she's racist. The way she's talking about her workers that work for her. Hey, gaming. Like, come on now, it's common sense. It's really, 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 really common sense what this woman's talking about. And for King Richard's not to, for King Richard not to pick up on that and the dismissal of what he's trying to say to her, it could have, it didn't dawn on him that this woman did not care what he was saying. Like, if that was me trying to explain to this woman about slavery and what happened to black people and colonization in Africa, and she dismissed that, that should let me know that this woman is no good. I should distance myself from this woman and not even speak to her. But these guys don't, they don't never do that. They'll never do that because that's their queen. We all know that Pearly Things is their queen. They're not gonna give her up. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hey, you're a moderator. Do what you have. Moonstone, you're a moderator. If you see somebody being disrespectful, you have the right to time them out. Okay, you got my permission. That's what I have moderators for. I have moderators to time out or block people that are very disrespectful. That's why I have wrenches. I give wrenches to people that I know I can trust, and Moonstone is one of them. So do what you have to do. I don't care. This is a platform. I want people to be safe on this platform. That's the whole goal of this channel. So, Lily Lotus said, "Ew, their queen." Yes, they view her as their queen. That's their queen bee. Just Pearly Things is their queen bee. She is need to work on her argumentative skills. They are not good. Well, no, they're not. I think what is happening with Pearly is that when King Richard asked her about other groups of people getting reparation, and he asked her why did other groups of people get reparation and black people didn't. She started to dance around the question and started getting answers that did not make sense. It did not answer the question that he was asking. So to me, it's not about her argument skills. I think she's trying to articulate how she's gonna respond to the question without offending her followers. Because keep in mind, her followers are mostly black men. They're mostly black men. So she does not want to lose her following or offend it. But when she brought that white dude on, she ended up some men ended up going against her. And it just goes to show you that you don't put nobody on the pedestal, because you got to understand, Miss Pearly had an agenda, because Miss Pearly is not that much of an attractive woman by looks. She's not attractive. So in order for her to fit into these spaces, she came up with a plan, because she sees the Manosphere. She knew the Manosphere was around for a long time, so she studied them for years. She knows their weaknesses, and she played on it. And when it was time to create the channel, she knew exactly who her audience was and she played her cards. Let me tell you, Miss Pearly Things has done that no other female in the manosphere has done because she studied the manosphere and she knew her target audience and she was able to gain a following that no other woman could ever do. And these are black women, and I like I said before yesterday, these men don't really like black women like that. They follow them because they're putting down other black women. They're doing the manosphere talking points. And that's why these guys follow them, but they really don't care for them like that, or else these women wouldn't have gained millions of followers, but they didn't. She took her mask off when she got a million subscribers. She didn't need them anymore. She kicked them out the club curb. Exactly. You know the white manosphere, they don't follow her. The white manosphere does not follow Pearly Things. The one thing I could say about the white manosphere is that they stay in their lane. They do not cross over to women's spaces. I never seen that before. They do not speak to women about women things. They only stay in their lane and they talk about guy things, such as improving themselves and being celibate and working on themselves. These guys are the opposite of MGTOW. They say that they're MGTOW, but they're really not. They just trying to get they're still listen, listen. These dudes are going overseas to get women. How is that MGTOW? How is that MGTOW? How are you celibate? Stay away from women. Like these guys just prove to you that they can't. So that argument is debunked. I do. Mm, I'm just checking something here. But we all know what Pearly Things were on. Forget about her talking about women not being submissive and women have to do this and women don't have to do that. But let's like her target audience. Oh my god, I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I It's just so funny. The manosphere is destroying themselves because they're letting women in that do not understand men things and letting these women in the manosphere is ruining the whole purpose of what they're doing or what they're trying to do. It is like divestment, right? Because divestment is basically a woman's group and they talk about the issues in the black community and the issues going on with black women. And then all of a sudden you let a man in and he's trying to blend in and you know trying to understand the plight of black women until the whole movement falls apart over a man. So it's just something like that, and I feel like the manosphere is falling apart because of that. And Miss Pearly Things is the one that broke the camel's back. She broke the camel's back, and now these guys are mad, which I cannot blame them. But at the same time, at the same time, You guys knew that she was racist. It's just like, you guys remember that one guy, Destiny? You guys remember that one guy, Destiny, when he went on that panel, the Angry Man's panel, and he was holding them accountable for not uh, being responsible of the black community, the conditions of the black community the way that it is. And now that divestors see this, they were bigging him up, patting him on the back, saying, "Good job." I saw right through, even though he was telling the truth and holding these men accountable, I saw right through the bullshit. I was like, he's telling the truth, but I'm not going to give him kudos for putting other, holding men accountable. And when he started going live, I think Destiny is a gamer. Is he a gamer? I think he's a gamer slash commentator, I believe. And when the divestors started going on to his channel, they were trying to explain to him about the black community, what's going on in the black community, and what black man did this and black man did that. And when he made a video saying that divestors are cringed, that's when black women went off. And I just sat there and laughed, because why would you guys put this man on a pedestal and then trying to make him an ally like that? Like, this is the mistake that black people are making. We are looking for validation from other people and acceptance when other people really don't care about our validation or trying to validate us. All they're trying to do, they're about their business. And that's what Pearly Things is. She's about her business. She don't care about these men following her. She don't care about these men following her. All that she is about is her business and making money. That's it. She never helped grow these men's channels. She never put them on. She never helped them the way they helped her. And now they're crying about it. Like, I can't. I really can't. So, let me see. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. So I have let me see what's going on here. I'm trying to get a video because she took that video down. I really wanted to play it. I think this is, no, wait a minute. No, that's something new. So she has an upcoming video with Matt O'Connor. She took that video down, but I think I can go on somebody else's channel and let me see. Maybe I can. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying. Uh, okay, okay. Oh, let me look at Cynthia G. She probably has that, because Cynthia G. I love her. She warned us all. Like, Cynthia G. She be on it. I feel like this woman, uh, she is very wise for her age. She's how old is she? She's 39, I believe, and she's very wise for her age, and she can predict what is going to happen sometimes, because she knows how to pick up Niggerty. I'm just going to say niggerty, you know? And now these guys are mad that we're calling this out. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm trying to find that video. Let me see. Oh, I'm spelling wrong. All right, so. Mm, so, yeah. Let me find that video that Cynthia G did so I can. And she just destroyed just pretty things in the Manosphere. She does. I think this is it. I think I'm gonna play it from the beginning. Commercial. Oh, give me 1 second, y'all. All right. So let me see. Let me see. I'm going to play. There we go. I'm going to cover it because I don't want to get a copy strike from Senji or whatever, because people don't like it when you play their videos. That's just how people are. They quick to copyright strike you. So let me see. I'm going to skip the commercials and here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Mm. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it.
Okay, so for the people who are saying you can't hear because I haven't said anything, like I literally haven't said anything, and I hear people in here saying, "Oh, I can't hear, I can't hear, and I can't hear." I mean, I haven't said anything yet. And somebody said they wish they had sisters, but so anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get into the obvious situation at hand. I was gonna talk about, and I do want to talk about two other things before I get to this, obviously. Thank you so much for Aya the Fulani. Thank you so much for the super chat. But so y'all just wouldn't leave me alone. I told y'all I didn't want to talk about a dead fish or anything that has to do with the tragically dusty Manosphere. I didn't want to, not at all. And y'all still kept sending me emails and just asking me to talk about this. And I really just didn't want to talk about this at all. Like, not even one bit, but y'all are forcing me to. But before I get into that, I want to show y'all something because listen, I've already told y'all about Black women and these marriages, and I really just need to show y'all this because I just don't. This is incredibly tragic to me. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all this video here because I told y'all about these marriages. I will. First of all, let's talk about this really quickly. I'm gonna get to this, but I want to cover two things that I wanted to talk about. And this is one of them because someone sent me this and I didn't really want to do a video just for this. So I kind of just wanted to talk about it within whatever stream I was going to do. And I decided I was going to do it during this stream. And listen, when I said in my video that as Black women, we really need to get some self-esteem, we really need to get some self-esteem. Let me play this video for y'all really quickly.
I will become that woman that builds the home as I follow you. On earth, I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you. This is about our duty, reflecting to the world what true marriage, what God really intends for marriage to be.
Okay,
so what is happening in the video is that this woman, and she is in her wedding dress, she's on her knees, and she's telling this man that she is going to be a submissive woman in the home, and she's going to show how what a family could be, and blah 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 blah. And it just looks ridiculous. It's like she's pledging to this man as if she is the breadwinner. Like, I don't understand women. Like, it isn't the man supposed to be the protector of the home? Isn't he is the one that is got to make sure that the woman is secure in the relationship, and that he would do his best to be a good father, a good husband, and a good partner in the relationship. But she's on her knees in the wedding dress doing all these vows to him, like he's the woman in the relationship. He's not telling her to get up, don't do that. He just letting her do that, and that is sad. Black women, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not a good look for you.
Look at the video again. Okay.
I will become that woman that builds the home as I follow you. On earth, I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you. This is about our duty.
I'm confused. So, which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the builder, or you want to be submissive one? Because you can't do both. So you either build or you either submit. You either become the man or the woman in the relationship. Because let me tell you something. A man should already have his shit together when he's going into this relationship. He should already have his own home, his own car, his own money, and things like that. And he's supposed to bring that to the woman, because he's looking to build a family with her, and a stable family at that. And he is the one that's supposed to be the provider, but you have the woman on your knees. What does that say about you as a man? Like, that looks ridiculous. But let me continue.
Reflecting to the world what true marriage, what God really intends for marriage to be.
Okay. Now, listen. If she's on her knees, kneeling in front of this man, declaring herself as the builder, a submissive builder, but a builder nonetheless, because she said she's going to build the home for this man, how likely is it, do y'all think, that she got on her knees and proposed to this man who was sitting there in full-on emasculation, allowing this woman to take the dominant, submissive role in the home? Because last I checked, that Bible said that he is supposed to be the builder. He is supposed to be the provider of the home. Yet she's on her knees using the Bible to justify his lazy, ineffective lack of manhood. This is I first want to see a video of anybody else other than this. Can somebody show me a video of anybody other than a Black woman getting on her knees, declaring herself the builder, saying she's going to submit to this man who likely needs her to go 50-50 with him because he can't pay the bills on his own? It's a problem. But this is really hold on for a second. Sorry about that. But yeah, you have yet another video showing yet another Black woman's desperation for marriage. And listen, I get that there are Black women who think that they are going to get relationship security. There are Black women who think that they're going to get a provider and a husband and a stable partner. And really, that's what you should be getting out of marriage. Black women should be getting marriage and getting all these things, but they are not. And yet you continue to have Black women who have to be in these masculine positions because the men are not masculine. talking about how they're going to submit to these men and using the Bible to justify a position that they shouldn't be in. When are y'all going to use the Bible to make bandits pay the bills on their own? Or are we just only picking and choosing certain parts of our religion but calling ourselves Christians? Are we shaming other people because they don't care anything about marriage? But y'all over here staying in marriages for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, not even marriages. Y'all are in relationships waiting to get proposed to for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Then you proposing to the man, buying your own ring.
Okay, this would kind of remind me of Ashanti because she was with Nelly for about a decade, and he never proposed to her. He never married her, and from what Ashanti was saying, he was very aggressive towards her during the relationship. And it came to a point where she had to do for herself and let the relationship go because the relationship with Nelly was not benefiting her. But I love that song Good Good though. That's my jam. I like Good Good. That's my jam. Like Ashanti could have been the next Beyonce. Like I don't know why she did not get much mainstream attention, but I digress. Let's move on. I'm not religious, but the Bible says that a man who don't work doesn't eat. Exactly. Don't feed them. Don't feed them. Lock your refrigerators.
Funding your own wedding, bending down on knees to a man talking about how
Hold on,
you
let
go
me
build
erase this for like. I'm trying to get somewhere here.
Recordings just got better.
declaring submission to him, as she talked about how she's also going to build. So she doesn't even believe that he can play his role because she's making a declaration that she's going to fulfill both.
Yeah.
This to marry them after. Alice, oh, she mad. Yeah, because anybody can't get married, especially to an African. Like, really? Like, the delusion here is just astounding. If a lot of y'all's husbands is somebody else's boyfriend, then that means not only do I have access to all the single men, I have access to the married men too. Because they don't honor their marriages. They just don't. And I think that if Black women would.
And it's true. Because I was in a relationship with a married man. And he was talking all this mess about his wife, how she's being aggressive in the relationship, how she's not letting him lead the household or whatever talking points that he is making. These, like, let's be honest, it's like Cynthia G said, I have access to every single man, including your husbands, because you know your husbands are not faithful. You know, they want to cheat in peace and they want women to be okay with that. They want their wives to be okay with that. And I'm just like, dude, like, these guys are not faithful. Well, let's continue.
Get out of their delusion and jump into reality as it applies to marriage and struggle bandits, then they will be much better off. The same delusion that Black women hold about marriage is the same delusion they hold towards the struggle bandits that they want to marry. It just is what it is. The only people who are unhappy and lonely are married women. That's one of them too. There are studies out there on how miserable married women is. So this is married women projecting. Married women.
Okay, so I've been hearing that married women are very miserable. And the reason why they're very miserable is because they're taking care of the kids, they're doing all the housework, and plus going to work and coming home from work, and they have to cook the meals and bathe the kids and put in the bed, while the husband, he just comes home and kicks up his feet and does nothing. Like, it's like, that's just pure lazy. I can't stand a guy like that. That's lazy. If a guy did not want to be a dad, he should have kept his sperm to himself and not gotten uh, his wife pregnant. If he wanted to have it easy, you can't have it easy when you have kids. Kids are a handful because they're learning. They're new to the world. They're exploring the world. They don't know anything. They don't come in. They don't come out the womb all knowing. You have to teach them right and wrong. You have to you gotta have them navigate around the world. You gotta teach them your experience in life. Like, there's a lot you have to do. Besides clothe them, bathe them, and feed them. They need to be taught life lessons because these kids, as they grow up, as they get older and older, they're going to go through a lot of emotions because they're going through puberty. And as a parent, you got to have a lot of patience with that because you're going to have rebellious kids, and that takes a lot of time. So let's continue.
Women projecting their bitterness, their unhappiness, their brokenness, and their loneliness on the single women who are none of those things, because data says that too. Data says the single women got more money than you. The single women are happier than you. The single women are less lonely than you because they ain't expecting a man to be there and act a certain way, and you are, and he ain't fulfilling it. So you married women need to stop projecting your unhappiness onto happily single people. Happily married people do not have a divorce rate that is 3 times higher than the marriage rate. So not only do these bandits not want to marry you, they go stress you the hell out when they do, and take your money, and cheat on you, and give you diseases. Do we need to look into the demographics on how many married Black women are going into the clinic because they got diseases from their husband? Do we need to pull that up too? Or are we going to sit there and lie about that and act like married Black women ain't going into the clinic because they got diseases that their husband done gave them because he's single and you married? But anyway, but I didn't come here for that. I really didn't come to drag marriage because I don't care who gets married. I don't care who get married. I just think Black women, you look silly running around, toting around marriage. I married my husband, my man. Y'all know y'all just want to say you got a man. And then somebody go come and say, oh, that's my man too. We sharing him. Our man. That's what
Oh
y'all.
my goodness, that's so true. That is so true. Because these men, like, even though they're married to you, they have another chick on the side. He's creating a whole nother family outside his marriage. But you still holding on to this belief that, oh, that's my man over there. I love him. He's a good man. And he doesn't even come home when he's supposed to. He has you laying up in the bed all night and he doesn't even come home because he's laying in the bed with another woman. Sad.
Out here looking like running around laying claim to men who are being claimed by other women. It doesn't matter if you married to them or not. It's not a flex. You out here looking silly. Anytime somebody bring up the marriage data for Black people and y'all running around acting like your marriage is a flex, you look silly. You look real silly. You look silly as hell, knowing the marriage data is what it is, and it's the worst in the Black community, but you running around, marriage, my husband. It just sounds dumb. It sounds dumb and desperate and low self-esteem. It's given, I literally need this marriage in order to feel better than myself. Better than Black women, because I ain't gonna flex on no other group of women. I know better than to go try to flex on a woman of no color or a Hispanic woman of no color, because they're the ones who could really flex on some marriage, because at least they're benefiting, you're not. You want to run around laying claim to alimony that you ain't even getting. Because I be hearing Black women be in my comment section talking about, oh, well, at least married women getting alimony. You don't. Married women who are not Black, stop trying to flex on alimony that you don't get. Like, girl, go ahead. Like, numerous articles that says that Black women have never benefited or had access to any of the benefits of marriage. Numerous reports on it. This is why I feel the way I feel about marriage. It's not emotional. It's not because nobody can obtain it. It's because I did research on it. I don't like contracts. So if there is any contractual agreement that I'm supposed to get in, you can best believe I'm gonna research it. And I research marriage. And I even research your claim of alimony, and y'all ain't been getting no alimony. Cut it out. That's just like bandits running around here talking about men build societies and they ain't built a damn thing, flexing on what somebody else built. And y'all want to sit here and flex on somebody else's alimony. Most Black women do not get alimony, so you would be the exception that proves the rule. Mm-hmm. Nobody said there's not one Black woman that ever got alimony. When they do that, it's
okay. At this point, I'm convinced that being married is a trap. Not all of them, but it's looking that way. Yeah, because you have men that don't know what marriages really is. They're getting in these marriages with these women, and they're not contributing to the marriage. So we're marrying these guys, not knowing who these guys, what these guys' true intention is, and if they talk about family. Because if you know a guy's family and how he was raised, you will know what kind of person he is. However, most women ended up in these marriages not benefiting at all. Let's continue. Let's get through these commercials, you guys. It's commercials.
and you'll keep proving that you're not smart. You'll keep chasing after the whiteness. Oh, I just need some validation. Somebody just tell me women are the problem. And then she said, okay, I'm gonna come tell you Black women are the problem. Since that's what you want to hear, Bandit. She said she'll tell a dusty bandit bitch whatever he want to hear. Hold on, y'all. My sister is calling. I need to see what she want real quick. Hold on.
Okay, she's back.
Yeah, but she told them raggedy bandits what they wanted to hear at the end of the day. I want y'all to listen to the audio or something, because listen, this is what made me want to drag them. In addition to y'all continuously sending me emails asking me to talk about this situation, why would I talk about another failed situation from a group of bandits who can't do anything but fail? They're going to fail at everything. The reason that this woman was attractive to them, the reason they elevated them, because one thing that Crystalline said on that on Themis's panel was true. There are some beautiful Black women who are over there worshiping them. I think we all know of one of them who's very beautiful. They should have elevated her. But again, just like Eldridge Cleaver and a number of other Black men in the past said, that the most beautiful Black woman does not even compare to the lowest woman of no color. And they just showed it. And guess what? The Black male worshipers, because they've already thrown themselves down at the altar of Black male worship, they will continue doing it because they agree. And this is why they keep choosing the dead fishes over you. You can be pretty and have no self-value.
True.
They chose to elevate this, though. And before they elevated this, they elevated literally an avatar because they never laid eyes on that person and still have not. This is how not smart they are. They have no discernment, no ability to choose effective leaders, but continue to tell you to choose better. It's not you that's sitting up in this space whining and crying because you keep getting okie doke. It's them. They're the ones who keep sitting over here complaining. They did it with Avatar X. Oh, she acting mad at me again. Oh, she Bandit. You didn't see it coming, dummy. You never even laid eyes on it. But because it was talking negatively, yes, I'm emphasizing it because you don't even know whether it's a male or a female with a voice controller. Your dumbasses ain't never laid eyes on it and threw your money at it. And that didn't show Black women how in that space how much they despise you, that they will elevate and pay and cash out a person that they ain't even laid eyes on them just because they talking negatively about you. How small are you? And you sitting up in that space talking about CG change. You're damn right. And you should probably change too. So you don't got to be sitting over there looking dumber than ever because some bandits done sit up there and this is embarrassing. Like, honestly, it's not embarrassing for me, but if I was ever in that group, if I was in that group now defending them, I would be completely embarrassed. Ain't no way you go elevate a dead fish over me and you think I'm gonna keep defending you. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. This is who they elevated. This is whose pockets they have lined. This is who they're now running around whining, crying, and complaining because she revealed that just because I talk negatively about Black women because y'all are pathetic and don't protect anything, you're weak, cowardly bandits, everybody knows it. But just because I talk about your women disrespecting you to your face does not mean I like you.
That's true, and they didn't pick up on that. These guys, they want that pussy. That's all they care about. They don't care about if it hurts them in the end, which it did, because she really didn't care about them in the first place. She really didn't, and it ended up hurting them in the end because she really didn't care about them like that. Is like I said, she was about profiting off their low self-esteem, off of Black male self-esteem. So that this is the result of that.
That's what she's trying to tell them. Just because I talk about them don't mean I like you, because at the end of the day, you came from them. Simpleton. Too dumb to think about the fact that everybody knows where you came from, Bandit. If they don't like them, they don't like you. Exactly. Armin, we gotta protect Armin. The last time y'all would ever hear me saying Armin was 5 years ago, and I showed y'all that live stream. That was a whole 5 years ago. And I scrubbed that out of my vocabulary. Actually, that's one of the last videos that y'all would ever see of me defending these bandits. They can relegate it to 2 to 3 years. No, Bandit, let's go back 5 years ago when I was defending you. It wasn't that soon. You would love to fantasize about me defending you just 2 years ago. No, Bandit, add 3 to that and get 5. It was 5 years ago. And I was still dragging you, talking about how weak and dusty and ineffective you were. And you still weak, dusty, and ineffective with no foresight 5 years later. I'm right because I'm right, and you go keep proving me right. Listen to this. Just pathetic. Like, how many L's are y'all gonna take, bandits?
Mom, you knowingly invited a white supremacist and a self-proclaimed racist onto a platform which is primarily supported by, at least initially, and produced by Black people.
No, dummy, that doesn't mean that she messed up. That means you messed up. And the fact that you don't see it as your L.
Okay, so if you guys don't remember, this is King Richard. The one that put Pearly Things on, the one that made her popular, that's him crying on the screen. So I don't know. Like, okay, I'm gonna stop the video right here because it almost getting to the hour, and I do not want to go over that hour. But as y'all can see and hear, is that now the Manosphere is kind of, falling apart. Everyone is kind of confused at this point. Some of the men on the Manosphere are leaving, are unsubscribing from Pearly Things, and some of them, they don't care. Like, as long as she is white and she just go after black women, they'll still subscribe to her. But as you can see, the Manosphere is going to split into two categories. You're going to have the Manosphere that is about the men, and you're going to have the other one that is going to still seek validation. It was never the same since Kevin Samuels died. Exactly, that's why they're falling apart. And it's not just Kevin Samuels. There's other content creators in the Manosphere that died as well. So the Manosphere is not going to last long. I will give them another 5 years until the movement is no more, because they're the ones that letting women into their spaces, and these women ended up stabbing them in the back, and I just don't feel sorry for them. So what they're going to do from there and now on, I have no clue. Derek Carroll was a pioneer and he died. Exactly. So yeah, so it's almost an hour towards this video. I really wasn't going to make this video long because I it wasn't my intent to make this video long, so I wanted to keep it short. But yeah, so I'm not sure who else died in the Manosphere. There's others that did pass away, but they're unknown to me. But Alan Roger Curry, I don't know if you can call him a Manosphere, but he died a couple months ago. I think it was 3 months ago. Um, and there were some other guys in the Manosphere that passed away as well. So yeah, the Manosphere will soon disband pretty soon, and yeah, so that's all I have for this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload or go live on this channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.